So what's up everybody, Black Clover 356 spoilers are out. This chapter is really good. We got to see the combination of Yuno's magic and him creating a space where time does not continue. Big reference to Peter Pan, and it makes sense, you know. I always wondered, why did Belle, a fairy looking thing, look so much like Tinkerbell? This chapter basically is letting us know that Yuno, his character, is also a reference to Peter Pan, which makes sense now that there's time magic. In order to defeat time magic, you need something that stops time. I wasn't expecting it to be called Neverland and like the whole reference to a Disney movie, but nonetheless it makes sense. I did say in my predictions that Yuno and his magic will stop the flow of time because technically time is told by stars, which is the sun. We know what time it is because of the sun. This is very interesting. This chapter is good. Unfortunately there's a break next week, but it is what it is. This chapter was hype enough to at least last us for 2 weeks. Regardless, let's get into the Black Clover 356 spoilers. First of all, if you like anime, manga reviews, discussion, spoilers, and theories, definitely hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, associated with false copyright strikes. So let's get this channel back to 5,000. I appreciate all the support you guys have given me. Literally, you guys have helped me out during some dark times. Any support is highly appreciated. Subscribe, comment, like. So this chapter is called Neverland, and it kind of does let you know what this chapter is about because it gives reference to Peter Pan. Literally, Belle is like a reference to Tinkerbell in Peter Pan, and also, now that I think about it, when we saw the little orphans in the last chapter where there was like a little panel where Yuno's thinking about the time he told what happened to Sister Lily in Asta to the priest and the kids of the orphanage. Technically the kids of the orphanage could be the Lost Boys. I liked how there's like a reference to a Disney movie. I just wasn't expecting it because I was thinking more of, because he has star magic and humans throughout history have told time from the sun, it kind of makes sense that Yuno's power will stop the flow of time in terms of it will counter Lucius's magic. So it's very interesting. I did expected the combination between wind magic and star magic to be more of solar wind. I wasn't expecting Neverland, but I knew we were going to get like this combination. Basically, Lucius tells Yuno at the beginning of the chapter that Yuno is indeed strong, but this will not be enough to stop him. And then you get to the panel where there's other magical knights, and the other magical knights are basically becoming useless again. They're just there, but it changes at the end of the chapter. The magical knights say no matter what magic attribute they use against these legless angels, they can't do anything about them. The legless angels have the ultimate skill. They're basically indestructible by any amount of magic or attribute. Typical bad guy henchman type of thing. The angels cannot be destructed by any type of magic or any normal type of magic. The only way they're gonna be able to actually hurt them is because of Yuno's power. And literally Yuno is showing a strong case that he should be Wizard King, which makes me wonder, like, what will Asta do in terms of like when he becomes like full 𝚲𝚙𝚅? How can he compete with Yuno on this level in terms of not only strength but also helping people around him get stronger? I know that people around him get stronger because of his will, they get inspired by him, but it would be interesting if somehow Asta gives people a little bit of his anti-magic, even though a lot of them can't survive without their mana. But it'd be cool if somehow, some way, people's magical attacks can be coded with anti-magic from Asta. That'd be very cool. I know you guys have been telling me that there's a actual hint to the story about this, because I was actually reading my prediction comments, and when you guys told me that there's an actual hint to this, that Asta's sword, the second sword, can actually absorb people's magic and hit back to them. So I wonder if there's anything that has to do with this in terms of like Asta making the people around him stronger, similar to what Yuno just did. Morris, nobody really cares about this guy, but he gibbers. Rebels who disturb the world become beings who bring order. What a rational world. He's basically trying to justify him following Lucius. It's cool that he came back. I was kind of like salty that he died so quickly from Lucifero, but seeing him back and him try to like talk this rational talk, it's kind of like a distaste in my mouth because, like, dude, you took in so many L's throughout the series. I don't know if I want to care what you're saying. This like green mantis guy is in despair about how powerless they are, no matter if their magic is from a magical knight or noble. He says there's no way to actually hurt these angels, but he continues the fight because he has to protect the citizens, regardless. And then Soul comes out, which is hilarious because like, where's Leo? Where's the Witch Queen? I'm seriously starting to think that Tabata forgot about these people. What happened to Leo? What happened to the Witch Queen? What happened to the witches in the witch village? Why does this person has more importance than other people that we want to see, but she gets screen time? I understand that she's like, what, Charlotte's right-hand person, if I'm not mistaken, or she's like one of the biggest followers, but still, it rubs me the wrong way that we see this person having some screen time, but we have yet to see Leo. I seriously think Tabata forgot about Leo. It is what it is. Soul's golem attack looks clearly strong. Belle appears, explaining that the power of her and Yuno's love manipulates the flow of magic, power, and time inside of some space to make the magic of their allies stronger. Also, the magic of their enemies weaker. It looks like it doesn't explain how large the radius is of this space, but still, it's pretty epic. Like, literally, Yuno became not only the strong attack mage, but also it looks like he's becoming a good support mage as well. So that's really crazy. Like, I really hope Asta gets some type of support skills, because Asta is very combative, but if he has like some type of support skills, not just like inspiring people because of where he comes from, but like actually possibly coding people's magical attack with anti-magic in a way, that'd be very awesome. But we'll see. And then looking at the golem looks pretty crazy. Like, I just looking at the pages, the golem, it looks like it's kind of molten, like a molten lava type of thing. And then you see literally the angel using a blast, and then Soul's golem punches that blast. It's pretty crazy. The golem lost his arm because of punching the blast. Obviously you see Belle, and the spear, it looks like a big spear wind, so that's, I'm guessing, what Neverland is. But when you look at Belle looks a little bit different in my opinion. She looks a little bit more grown. Maybe it's just a fairy, I'm not entirely sure, because you do see a lot of fairies. So then Yuno attacks Lucius with star and wind magic, and it's Neverland. So that's basically what this combination of star magic and wind magic, that spell is called Neverland, which makes sense. Time does not flow because the reference to Neverland, Peter Pan never growing up, time staying slow for him and the Lost Boys. Lucius traps Yuno in one of his time spells, but Yuno is able to move. Like I said before, you can kind of tell that Yuno's star magic was going to counter Lucius's time magic. It just makes sense. A year is basically going around the sun, which is a star, and every time when we think about different planets, it's always about how long does a year last over there, and a year lasts is different for different planets, and all those planets, their time is measured by the star that they surround or that they gravitate around. So it makes sense that star magic will not be affected by Lucius's time magic. And then Lucius goes, the basic principle of my time magic is aging. It's magic that manipulates speed in the flow of time. But, and then Yuno explains, in Neverland, time does not pass. And then all the basically magical knights that were not able to fight the legless angels are able to fight them now, thanks to Yuno's magic. It makes the argument stronger for Yuno to become Wizard King. I mean, obviously, I think Lucius is going to defeat Yuno somehow here, and Asta might save him. But with that being said, people are still going to think highly of Yuno, so Asta better come and do something even more epic. I know defeating Lucius is basically what is needed to become the Wizard King at this point, but I think we might get a Yuno versus Asta, but like a friendly battle to figure out who's going to be the Wizard King. That's in my opinion. And then you get Claus, and Claus, it's good to see him again because technically he is the senior. If you guys don't remember, he was with Yuno and Mimosa all the time at the very beginning of the story, and he's basically the upperclassman in a sense in the Golden Dawn, even though Yuno is clearly stronger than him and surpassed him. Claus says, that cheeky junior, I have no choice but to admit it, you have the capability to become Wizard King. And he screams Yuno. Everybody's acknowledging Yuno's power and also how far he came, so I really love this. And then Lucius says, it really is magic that was born to oppose me. I hate you, you're my rival. So he's basically saying this to Yuno, that Yuno apparently was born to oppose Lucius, which is crazy. Yuno goes, you're not my rival. And you know what he's talking about. He's talking about Asta. Yuno attacks Lucius with the spear of Zephyr. Sorry if I mispronounced it. Unfortunately, there's a break next week. That's the end of the chapter. This chapter was pretty informational and it's pretty hype. I was expecting a little bit more a showdown between Lucius and Yuno in terms of them actually exchanging blows, but still getting the other people involved to fight the other angels is very interesting. And then also, now that I think about it, because the volume ends in like 3 chapters, so after this 2 more chapters, I think next chapter is going to be very epic clashing, and then after that Yuno might end up losing here, in my opinion. Yes, that's basically all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you think about these spoilers. Let me know what you think about Yuno's new attack called Neverland. Did you got hints that Yuno was basically Peter Pan with Belle / Tinker Tinkerbell on his shoulder this whole entire time. How do you feel about Soul being back into the story versus like Leo and the Witch Queen? Like, we haven't seen them in such a long time. How do you feel about Yuno basically being the ultimate support mage and helping everybody out now with this new Netherland magic? Alright, like if you liked the video, comment, subscribe, and I'm out of here.